Nothing should happen to him. I can't live without him. I love him so much. She confessed while crying. He will be alright. Nothing will happen to him. He won't leave his angel. Together they slowly calmed her down. After a few hours, the doctor came out of the operation theater. The operation was successful, but everyone's expression changed from relief to worry and mind asked, but what doctor? He has had accident before since he has been injured again in the same spot. But learning now about his mental condition after he regained consciousness, there is also a possibility that he will lose his memory. The doctor left and everyone was filled with worry. What if he forget me? She trembled but then at the thought. But he had passed and he still had not regained consciousness. Doctor Mr. Chemist again when they went to the gym and went dressed and fresh up. In the evening, she returned to the hospital. She found when she did not see a family member there. So she asked a nurse, "Excuse me, where is the John family?" The patient woke up, ceremonies inside her eyes wide, and she immediately rushed toward his room. Inside the room, when he opened his eyes, Mr. and Mrs. German walked silently as they watched their son slowly wake up. "Son, are you okay?" He blinked a few times, adjusting his vision, and then finally saw his parents' mom. His mother froze. He used to call her mom, but his voice now was cold and firm, just like before his first accident. "Son, you are calling me mom." The couple looked confused and turned to doctor, who come forward and asked, "Do you remember everything?" "Yes, doctor, I remember everything, even my first accident," he answered in a cold voice. The couple's eyes filled with happiness. "Son, you remember everything. You were perfectly fine." He could not hide his happiness. He looked around the room, searching for someone. That's when Vine entered. A wide smile appeared on her lips, saying hello. She noticed how his eyes were desperately searching for someone, maybe her, his angel. She took a step forward, but the word he said next made her freeze. "Where is Zoya?" The couple forgot the name. They think their bros. "Why are you asking about her?" The sons are, "Where is she? Does not she know what condition I am in? She left you." These words made him shocked. He looked at him with frown. "What? But why? How can she leave me after my accident? Your father is telling the truth. When you were in the hospital last time and we got to know about your mental condition, she refused to stay with you." "But she loved me," he said, confused and lost in thought. "She said she couldn't stay in a relationship with someone who was mentally unstable." The words hit him like a shock. The girl he loved the most abandoned him when he was at his weakest. How could she? I loved her so much. His voice broke, his heart flinched. And the betrayal from the woman he loved for years. I want answer from her. Why did she do this to me? His cold, dominant tone returned, then his mind then on a small figure near the door. Everything from 2 months ago flashed in his mind. He clenched his jaw. "What are you doing here?" Vine glanced at his sharp, loud voice. She could not believe what she was saying. This looked nothing like the gentle one she knew. No softness, no innocence, just coldness. His red anger eyes and clenched jaw made him feel like a completely different person. "Why are you standing there?" Answered me. His harsh voice snapped Vine out of her thoughts, and she took a step forward. "I am your angel cook," she stuttered, her heart squeezing painfully when she saw nothing but anger in his eyes instead of the woman she was used to. Maybe immediately stop with your nonsense and get out. "Are you crazy? She is your wife. You can't talk to her like that." "She is not my wife. I don't consider her one." "But son," before she could finish, he snapped his head toward Vine. "You just get out of here. I don't want to see your face." He brought tears at Vine's vision. She tried to speak, but her throat felt tight. She had never imagined he would wake up like this, completely changed. One week passed by and had not seen him even once because he did not want any encounter with her. Today he returned to the John mansion from the hospital. As he stepped inside the hall, the air turned heavy with his commanding cold aura. His eyes swept over the place and a satisfied smile touched his lips. "Welcome home." He came down the stairs with Mia beside him. He actually smiled and pulled Sohan into a hug. No matter how cold, ruthless he acted, his bond with his younger brother was deep. "Finally, you are back." He looked at her with a raised brow. "It's brother for you." He reminded her sharply that he was older and did not like her calling him by name. Embarrassed, Mia glanced at her husband. Jacob walked upstairs, but the moment he stepped into his room, his jaw hardened and anger flared in his eyes, looking at the entire floor covered in balloons. "What the hell did you do to my room?" He roared when Prince, who was decorating the room. words like this from him. Stop, he yelled. Within a minute, a maid appeared. Throw the shit out of my room. I wanted exactly the way it was. No toys, no carrots. He ordered. The maid immediately began clearing things like now back to the teddy bear when no, don't take that out. I gave that to him. She looked at him, remembering how much he once cherished it. The maid hesitated, waiting for his approval. I won't repeat myself. Wine had bursted. Painfully, the maid continued her work. Just then his phone rang. He answered and headed for the door. Where are you going? He halted and looked at her for a few seconds. None of your business. He resumed walking, but my hand stood in front of him. You are not fully in. You need to rest. Hearing her carrying to his daughter, he grabbed her arm tightly. Paused one breath onto her face, closing the distance. I was the one who was forced into this marriage, not you. At that time, I was not in my sense. I did only what my mom told me to do, but now I am my full sense. I'm telling you, you are not my wife. With that, he jerked her arm and walked out. Whether you accept it or not, I am your wife, she uttered. 2 days passed. The two had not encountered each other. Nobody knew where he go in daytime. He had not even a single day of rest. Vine spent her nights in the study room falling asleep while working. Today she sat at the dining table staring at her plate, silently lost in thoughts. Son, you should not join the office right now. You have not healed completely yet. Her voice grabbed everyone's attention. He didn't dressed in a three-piece tuxedo lobster. I'm completely fine, Mom. The time has come for the world to know. He black his mind noticed his powerful. Surely he knows his power and influence in this world. I'm leaving. He signaled so much to follow him and walks out. Late at night, exhausted, entered his room and sat on the sofa with his head after losing all over again on the sofa. Lips on the sharp edges and after what he sharp and perfect in his work. If there is a deal he desires, it is impossible. He won't grab it. His tired eyes turned toward the washroom and the sound of the door opening and Vine coming out, seeing her, he glanced at her. What are you doing here? He asked in an anger-filled tone. Where should I be? She responded with the same emotions. I don't care where you go, but you are not allowed in my room. I have as much right on your everything as you do. He stepped toward her with a clenched jaw and brings her heart only seeing his intimidating side. So you have a right on my things, huh? He grit his tongue and pinned her to the wall. Her eyes were moving so close to him. She was completely caged between him and the wall. With what right you are calling my things? You are, huh? Your wife. I am your wife. Don't forget we have gotten married. I have not forgotten everything. He blended her face with her glare. He leans toward her. I have not forgotten that you are the same wife who threw me out of my own room on our wedding night. Shame engulfed her and she lowered her gaze. I'm sorry for that day. Her voice stuttered in shame. Your sorry cannot erase the humiliation I felt that day. She looks at him, tear-blurred eyes. He is now so irrational now, out of face this side of him. Do you know how I felt? Tear flow from her eyes. She clenched when he grabs her wrist and stepped toward the door. Jungle, what are you doing? Leave me. She tries to remove his tight grip from her wrist, but fails. He does not listen, and with a jerk threw her out of the room. Mine looks at him with her hurtful gaze. That's how I felt that day when you threw me out. He revealed his seat and shut the door on her face. Please open the door. Please forgive me. Open the door, please. She knocked hard on the door, but it did not open. Instead, he kicked the sofa with a rage, being thrown out the net. Humiliation and every memory flashes back into his mind like fire floating hot in his chest. He, the ruthless businessman who for the world and a girl dared to disgrace him, dared to throw him out like he was nothing that order made his blood boil dark. The sunlight streamed across his face as he sat on the bed. He groaned in denial, rolling over onto his stomach. Just then a faint sound seeped through his ear, dragging him awake. He slowly opened his eyes only to find Vine standing at the dressing table getting ready. He parted his lips to say something, but a thought clicked in his mind. Her stuff is in this room, that's why she is here. He forced himself to believe she was only here to get ready, but every gesture thought by his the moment his eyes landed on her long silky hair, his gaze darkened into her. Her official burning in her eyes, and I stepped out of his lips. Take care, she said softly in his ear and walked out. His eyes were open and he sat up straight, pressing another on his left chest. What the hell just happened? Why couldn't I stop her? And why was I staring at her hair like an idiot? He cursed himself under his breath and flung the blanket aside. Few days passed and the two never crossed paths and threw himself into work at his company and by no longer had the courage to face him. She only entered his room to get ready and left without a word. Everyone in the house noticed the widening gap and the most worried was John. She does not want her sons may break apart if it's not because of the past. In a dark room, the sharp sound of boots echoed. A figure walked out of the shadow. In front of him was a man tied on the chair, beaten, his body trembling. Why did you bring me here? Why are you doing this to me? The man facing him smiled and said like a king. His legs spread the room going to his presence. Who ordered you to kill me? He asked in loud, cold. No, I did not try to kill anyone. His voice fearful. Jim clicked his tongue, eyes sharp and dangerous. Last chance he told you to do it. The accident was not a mistake. It was planned. No, sir. It just not. It just happened. It was. I was not paying attention. This sentence died and screamed as the hook dragged across the skin, not deep but enough to beat through him. His cries echoed the wall. Who said you? The next strike goes through your. His face covered his clothes, one foot on the floor, other foot on the chair's wall. Alright, eventually the accident was not for you. It was meant for your wife, my wife. The word fell follow on his tongue. In that moment, the his face flashed into his mind. Whether you said it or not, I remember. The voice echoed violently inside his mind. Is your wife came by 2 weeks ago. 4 people come to me with their window. An accident for Cuba world. The man tell me who those were. He wrote, gripping the man chin. His knuckles turned white, rage burning like wildfire in his eyes. I don't know their name, but they said they wanted revenge. Your wife fired them from her company. Suddenly he remembered that day at her office when he fired 4 employees. Thought of her lying broken on the road, bleeding, helpless in pain, shook him to the core. He could not see her in that state. You dare to harm my wife, he admitted. No matter the silence, the distance, the bitterness between them, but for the world she was his untouchable, unreachable. Anyone trying to hurt her would face him. Inside him, something dark, very possessive and furious but ignited. Those four, he ordered, his armed guard standing behind him. Anyone who dares him, they are